Hello guys, welcome to another video in the series of coding. Today we have with us a problem that's called convert sorted list to a binary search tree. So you are given head of a linked list and elements are sorted in ascending order and you have to convert it to a height balance binary search tree. Height balance means a binary tree in which depth of two subtrees of every node never differ by more than one. So it should just be balanced on both sides. Suppose there is a linked list that is given to us. Okay, how do we solve this problem? So you see, linked list is posing a problem. What is the problem that it is posing? The links are only in forward connection, right? This is a singly linked list, it's not a double linked list. So once you traverse through the forward direction, it is difficult to traverse in the backward direction, right? So you cannot do that. So what can we do to solve this problem? Let's convert this to an array. That will be the simplest approach. So once we convert to an array, right, we will have all the values of this particular array index wise. So once you have all the values according to indices, then this is going to be very easy because you can traverse in the left direction and in the right direction. You can go forward, you can go backward, right? So this is an array. Now array has blocks, right? And blocks are just denoted by indices. So let me just mark the block so that it is a little bit clearer. So we have these indices 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the size retains, size is just the same, but only now in place of linked list we have array. And converting is just easy. Go through in one iteration in O of n, time complexity, you can just convert it, right? Now this is an array. Now converting array to a binary search tree is going to be simple. How do we do that? So if you have seen the binary search algorithm, so this problem is going to be very easy. Even if you have not seen, then also I'll try my best to explain. So what we are going to do is we are going to just use the binary search algorithm. So let me first tell the algorithm, and then we are going to go over this particular example again with the code. So what you're going to do, you're going to pick the midpoint, right? So you have the midpoint, so that is 0. Why is this the midpoint? You see, leftmost point is at 0 and rightmost point is at 6, right? There are two extremes, left and right extremes, and you have the midpoint which is middle and it is having the value 0. So first we'll put that. Now after this, to find the children of 0, what we are going to do, we are going to traverse this side and we are going to traverse this side. So we are going to take this particular child -2 and this particular child 2, and we are going to place them here. So -2 and 2 are two children of 0 that are going to get placed here. Now these are the left and right child of 0. Now after this, what are we going to do? What about the children of -2? So it is going to have two children again, -4 and -1. So let me place that here. So the left child of -2 is -4 and left child and the right child of -2 is -1, because see, -4 is less than -2. So let me do one thing. Let me zoom it out a little bit so that we can see the entire screen. So you see, -4 is lesser than -2. That's why this array is in ascending order, right? It's already in ascending order. In the input, they have given in ascending order. So -4 is less than -2 and -1 is greater than -2. So the left and right children of -2 can be placed easily. Okay. After this, we have to place the children of 2. So how do you place the children of 2? So 2 has two children, 1 and 4, right? So we are going to place them here. So you have two children, 1 and 4, and you can place them here. So once you place, you have completed a binary search tree, and you see this is going to be balanced, right? So because it is having the same depth both sides, even if one depth is here and there, that is allowed, but it's not allowed that you have 3 levels extra here or 5 levels extra here. That is not allowed. So this is fine. Okay, how do we actually write the code of this? So let's start building this using our code or the binary search algorithm. So what are we going to do? We are going to, let me erase this gray markers here because we are going to build from the beginning. So it's going to be easier if we are going to build step by step, and let's not have this gray markers. So this is fine, and you are going to have this particular array, right? So let me erase these gray markers. Okay, how do we start iterating over this? So as I said, you are going to declare left, which is 0, and you are going to declare the rightmost extreme, which is 6. Now you are going to have a mid value. Let me denote it by m. Okay, so this is the current mid value. So what we are going to do? First, we are going to place the mid value. So we are going to place the mid value here. Okay, so mid value is going to be placed here. So mid value is 0, and that is going to get placed as a first root node's value. Okay, after that, we are going to write two pieces of code. We are going to do it recursively, right? So what is the first piece of code? Okay, so see, suppose this is your node. So for declaring node's left child, okay, so you have made the node, and node is having the value, okay, of 0 currently, right? So let me write the code here. So node's val, okay, so the value of node is just going to be the mid, the value pointing to mid. Okay, I'm not writing the exact code. So if we write the exact code, it should not actually be mid, right? It should be array of mid, because mid is just pointing to the index. So let me write that here. So array of mid, right? So mid is just the index 3. So the value stored at the index 3, which is 0, that will be placed. Okay. Then nodes left. So how do you declare the nodes left child? For that, you will have to do a recursive call. Okay. Let's say this is our function. Let me write fnc for short. Okay. So entire code, we will code it out. This is just a, simple piece of code. We are going to write the exact code in some time. So nodes left value, you will make a recursive call to this function. Okay. And what you're going to do, we are going to definitely pass this array, okay, in that recursive call. And now the left, okay, so the left side, so the function is going to take 3 parameters array, and it is going to take left and it's going to take right. Okay. So the left now, for the next, okay, to declare the left side of node, current node, you will have to pass this particular array which I have just marked in green. So what will be that? Your mid has just got shifted by 1. Okay. So your mid has got shifted by 1 to the left side, and your left remains as such. So you are going to leave the left as such, and your mid, let me write it. Okay. Mid minus 1. So this is the recursive call that you are going to make. And what you are going to do for the right child? So for the right child, we will come to that. Okay. So first, we will finish all the recursive calls from the left side, then we will come to that. So for the right child, again you will make the recursive call to the function. So let me write fnc. Again you will pass the array. This time you will pass this side. Okay. So this side is going to get passed. So what will happen? So you see, when this side is going to get passed, if this is the mid will get shifted by 1, and right side will remain same, because you are taking this side of the element, right? You are taking this particular element. So you will have your left shifted to mid plus 1. Okay, so I have just written m as short for mid. It is mid only, mid plus 1, and the right side has remained as such. Okay, after that you can just simply return the node. So this is what we are going to use. So remember this piece of code, and let's start from the beginning so that it's going to be easy. So you see, you are going to have mid here, and let me zoom it out a bit so that you can see the entire piece of code, and it's going to be simple. Okay, so now our mid is pointing currently to the index 3. So at the index 3, you are having value of 0. Okay. So that's what I have declared first. Now, next line of code is going to be what? Next line of code, nodes left is equal to function of array and left and min minus 1, right? So what you're going to do? So the left child, what will be the left child? So what value are going to fill here? So mid has got moved, and okay. So this is actually the right? So the right is nothing but mid minus 1. So your right is pointing to 2, because what was mid? Mid was 3. 3 minus 1 is 2, right? So right is now 2 and left is 0. So what will be mid? Mid will be middle point of these two. So for mid, you can declare a formula. We will write that formula: left plus right minus left by 2. So your mid is pointing to the 1 index. So at the 1 index, you have value minus 2. So I will put this value minus 2 here. Okay. Now what we are going to do? Now we are again going to do the recursive call, because once this value is allotted, it has entered the recursive call again, right? Because it's a recursive function. So again you will enter this recursive call, but this time your node will change. What is your node? Your node is minus 2. So you're going to make children of minus 2. So what are you going to do? How do you make the children of minus 2? So again you will just shift. Okay, so what will you do? You will just shift mid. Okay, so let me erase this. So your mid was earlier 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. So your right has become equal to mid minus 1. Right is 0. Okay, right is 0, left is 0. So your mid will also be 0. So the value at mid, which is 0, is minus 4. So minus 4 will be allotted as the child. Okay. Now next, what is going to happen? After this, what are we going to do? Next time when this function is called, again you're going to call this recursive, okay, this particular function. So let me erase it. It has become too messy here. Again you are going to call this particular line, nodes left is equal to function of array of L and mid minus 1. So what is going to happen now? When your right is going to become equal to mid minus 1, right? Mid is 0, mid is pointing to index 0. Mid minus 1 will be minus 1, right? Literally it will be minus 1. So your right will become equal to minus 1 as of now, and your left will remain as such. How can we go to the index minus 1, right? This is not possible. We have to return now. So what are we going to do? So here we are going to give a piece of code. What are we going to do? We are going to give, if left is greater than right, then you can simply return null, right? You will return null. So when we write this piece of code, it will be clearer, so that to avoid this case and so that it returns back, we will return this back. Okay, once this is returned, we will again enter the function call of this particular value. okay, function call of the index 1. Okay, we were at this function call. Now in this function call, what happened? In the function call of minus 2, right, we were having minus 2 as mid, and what we were having as left, we were having left as minus 4, and we were having minus 1 as right. Okay, now we have first time come to this particular line. Okay, next line, we have come to this particular line, and in this particular line you have this particular function call. So what do you have to do? You have to follow it. So mid plus 1 is going to become the new left. What is mid? Okay, mid is 1. 1 plus 1 is what? 2. So your new left is also going to become equal to 2. And your right is anyway 2. We are not changing right. So your mid will also become equal to 2, right? So you have to declare the value at mid here. So minus 1. Okay. So minus 1 is going to be declared here. Now we will return the function call. All the function calls have returned. Okay. Again, we will return back after all these to the function calls of 0, right? Once we have returned to the function call of 0, we will have to declare, we will enter which statement. So we are going to enter this particular statement where this is the line that we are going to enter. Nodes right is equal to function array mid plus 1 comma right. Okay, this is the function call which we are going to enter. Now what is node is currently 0. So if node is 0, this is currently mid, and your left is 0, your right is 6. What are we going to do? We are going to declare the right child. How do we do that? We change the value of the left child to mid plus 1. Okay, so your left child is going to change to mid plus 1. What was mid? Mid was 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. So your left is 4, right is 6. What will be mid? Mid will be 5. So what will you do? You will take the value at mid. Okay, this particular line, nodes value is equal to array of mid, right? So the value at the index 5 is 2, and you're going to put that value here. Okay, after this, what you're going to do, you can again go in the function call. So which function call will you go first? For the particular node, now the node is 5, right? The node's value is 5. So you have to first enter the function call of nodes left. So first call, okay, this call, we are going to enter this. What are we going to do? Nodes left is equal to function of array of left comma mid minus 1. So left will remain as such. What will be a mid minus 1? That will become right. So what is your right? Right will also become equal to 4. Okay, right will also be 4, left will also be 4, mid will also be 4. Okay, so you have 1. Now you have 1, so you will denote the child as 1. So 2's child is 1. Okay, now what you are going to do? You are again going to enter the next function call. Okay, you are going to come back to the function call of 2. Okay, and you are going to enter this last statement. So what is this last statement? Nodes right is equal to function of array of mid plus 1 comma right. Okay, so what is this? This is going to be mid, and this is your left, this is your right. But this time what is going to happen? You are going to shift the left to mid plus 1. So what is your left? Your left will get shifted and point towards the index 6. Right will also be index 6, so mid will also become equal to index 6. Now the value at 6 is 4, so 4 will be allotted as this function call. I know this in-depth analysis has become maybe messy or long, but I hope that it will be helpful. After this, we can just return this binary search tree. You can finally give a statement here, return node. So every time you're going to return node, so that it gets returned. That this is very important line. So we'll write the actual code now instead of having this messy code there, so it will be clearer. So what are you going to do? You are going to first of all convert this. Okay, the first step that we did, we have marked it here. So the first step that we are going to do, convert the linked list to array. So how do we do that? It is simple. So let's say while head. Okay, so while head is true, that means head doesn't become equal to null. So we will just convert it. So we will have to declare a vector. Okay, let me say I'm going to declare vector. Let me simply call it v, and we are going to do v dot push back the value at the current head. So head's value will get pushed back into this. Now what are we going to do? We are going to just make head equal to heads next. So it's as simple as that. And as this loop runs, once it becomes null, it will exit itself and all the values will be stored. Okay, now what are we going to do? We are going to call a function. So let me write it fnc, short for function. Okay, and I'm going to pass v here, so I can finally return whatever node gets returned from here. So I can pass the vector v. Also, what should I do? I should pass left and right. So left is anyway 0, and what will be right? Right will be v dot size minus 1 initially, right? And as left and right changes during the recursive call. So now what are we going to do? We are going to have to declare this particular function. So let's declare. So tree node star, because it's going to return nodes each time. So it has to be tree node star type, and its name is function. and it is going to take three parameters. First vector int v, every time it's going to take left, I'm just writing L for short, and then it is going to take right parameter each time. Okay, now what are we going to do? First statement that we have to give, if left anytime becomes greater than right, then we have to return. We saw the edge case that we want to avoid, so we have to return null. Okay, next thing that we have to do, we have to declare a mid. Okay, so let me declare mid. So for mid, you can just give left plus right minus left by 2. Okay, so this is the formula for giving mid. Now what you are going to do, so whatever value is there, so v of mid, whatever value is there, that has to be stored in the node. Okay, so that should be the value of the node. So what are we going to do? So we are going to declare a new tree node. So tree node star node is equal to new tree node, and it is going to take this particular value, which is v of mid, right? So once this gets stored, now you have to give the left and right child of this particular node. So how do you give the left and right child of this particular node? So we are going to do recursive calls. So what is the first recursive call? So function, as we saw in the code. So let me show that example here. First thing you have to do, this is the first line that we are going to write. So, and this is the second line that we are going to write. So nodes left is equal to, okay, so instead of array I have written v here. So let me continue with v, and you are going to have left and mid minus 1. Okay, so L comma mid minus 1. And for the right, what are we going to have? So you are going to have in place of left, you are going to have mid plus 1, and right is going to remain as such, right? So this is the algorithm. And finally, after this happens, you can just return node each time, right? And that will finally get returned. So that's it. And let me just run and see if it's working. So there is some error because I have forgotten some semicolon. So let me see what is the issue here. So I have to give another complete line here. So this is fine, and this is fine, and we have to give for the class. So I hope that this is also fine. So there is still some error after declaration specifiers, line 37 char 5. So I have given a semicolon here, that is the problem. So yeah, I think it should be fine now. So this will also be accepted. There can be many possible solutions, I think. So it's fine. Thank you for being patient and